Hey guys, we're in my car again because apparently I just like making videos when it's in my head. So it's in my head, I'm gonna make a video. I literally have my tripod set up, I got my lighting, I probably look like a crazy bitch, but I always look like a crazy bitch, so the fucks aren't given, guys. Anyway, blah. So I want to talk about the whole sobriety community. As we know, everywhere you go, there's some kind of elitist asshole nonsense. It doesn't matter if anything that you're part of, if you will. There's some I'm better than you complex. Always gonna be. It's just how reality is. I don't really like to I talk on here about my drug addiction and stuff because where the hell else am I gonna talk about it? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna talk about here, because it's on YouTube because I can get it out and that way I don't really have to talk to people I know in real life and get, judged by people that, are my bosses and stuff. And I don't know. I feel like here, if nothing else, I could talk to someone else could see my video who happens to be where I was or what have you. And, maybe I can help somebody not go through what I went through. Anywho. So as I've said, I've done drugs my whole life. I started doing hard drugs at 18, 19. I started smoking pot at 12. But before that, before I even smoked pot, well, no, around the time I first smoked pot, I didn't really start heavily smoking until about 16. But when I first started smoking pot around 12, 13, I was no-dose and sleeping pill queen. I always had a bunch of no-dose on me all the time from about 12 to probably at least graduation, from high school graduation, so till about 18. And then I had always had sleeping pills. And my mom was in sleeping pills and she's I don't understand why you need them. And I was oh, I just can't sleep. No, I just like to get that kind of sleep that's a punch in the face sleep, and then it turned into other drugs or whatever. So I know I've been sober in my eyes, but in a lot of people's eyes, not sober, for a few years now. I don't even like to I hate when people congratulate me on it because I'm because it's congratulating someone on congratulating on, not being a thief anymore. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's just a weird concept. But anyway, so I've been sober for a few years now, but how I got sober, I'll tell my whole story of rehab one day. I'm not going to get into that shit, but after rehab, my doctor even told me, which was the best thing to tell somebody who's trying to recover from a massive addiction of heroin and shit, because I have bipolar disorder and because of my other past history of pretty much I've been doing drugs more than I've been alive, longer than, basically I've been doing drugs, I got 10 years sober, 1 to 10 I was sober, and then I was doing some kind of substance, some kind of thing that made me not, sober, if you will, not totally, lucid. That I had a 95% chance of relapsing, and I was yay! Especially with things like heroin. Heroin is it's a very addictive drug, of course. So I heard he was cool, I'm gonna fuck this up. I got out of rehab, and literally that night I tried to relapse. Me and my best friend, we're on the phone, I was oh, we're gonna meet up, and we're gonna get fucked up. And honestly, my mom was talking to me so much I couldn't leave. I couldn't even attempt to. But of course I relapsed the second day, because that's my fuck ups of life. So I decided I was going to get on Suboxone. So I went and I got on Suboxone. I was on it for a little bit with the first doctor. He was really far away, he was a dick, I didn't like him, and that was pretty much the end of that. I then went to the doctor I'm go to now. So I've been going to the same doctor for a really long time. I've been on for at least 5+ years. I'm on Suboxone, which is a version of Suboxone. I stopped taking Suboxone because Suboxone was too much. It was too easy to abuse it. You take, double your dose of Suboxone and you feel like you're in dope. And I was I don't need that, because 2 things are gonna happen. I'm either gonna eat the whole fucking bottle or I'm just gonna start doing dope again. So I got Suboxone, so that way I can't do opiates, but at the same time I won't feel high, because no thank you, if I'm gonna get high, I'm gonna get high, you know what I mean? Come on now. So anyway, so that's how I stayed sober. And of course, the first year or so, I fear it's so funny. I watch these, I'm really into missing people cases and that kind of stuff. And you watch missing people cases, and oh, well, he had a drug problem in the past, but he's been sober for 9 months. 9 months is nothing in the land of sobriety. 9 months, you might as well just, you're not sober. Don't even call yourself sober yet, because you're not fucking sober. You know what I mean? It's nice to think you're sober, but no. 9 months, everything is really raw, and it's all you think about. For me, it took to probably year 3 to where I wasn't really thinking about it a lot. And it's been a long time now, and I still think about it on occasion. If I'm having a bad fucking day, and this probably has a lot more to do with my mentality in general, but when I'm having a bad day, I have horrible coping mechanisms. Luckily, I have learned to not have as horrible ones, but if I'm really, really fucking depressed, yeah, I want to be high. I want to be fucking in an opiate cloud and not have to feel. Come the fuck on. So I take Suboxone because I feel it's a safety net. So because I take Suboxone, I get told a lot that I'm not sober. I also take Klonopin. I don't buy it off the street. I don't take it to get high. I've never actually been able to get high off Klonopin. I don't understand that. That's whatever. But I have massive anxiety, which is funny since I'm sitting in my car, you know, talking to myself, but whatever. I have massive social anxiety. I don't like talking to people. Like, that's just what's up. So without Klonopin, I don't want to leave the house. Like, I won't leave the house. It's just not going to happen. Like, before I started taking medicine for my anxiety, like, I rarely left the house. When I did, it was like work, and I was always like sweating, like pouring sweat, talking like this, and constantly like just freaking the fuck out. So I take Klonopin. I also have Ambien for when I'm super, super hyped up and really manic, because I do have bipolar disorder. It helps me sleep. With these all together, I'm told that I'm not sober all the time, and I'm like, okay, if that's your opinion, then cool. I'm a drug addict. I really give no fucks, because I'd rather take Klonopin and take Suboxone and take the medication that's going to help me live a good life, or than take nothing and end up fucking up. Because what's going to happen if I have to? The reason I started doing drugs to begin with, pretty much, besides the fact that I was depressed and, you know, coping mechanisms keep coming into play, was because I don't like going out and talking to people. But when I was fucked up, it was like, hell yeah, everybody's my friend, let's party. I was like party girl, you know, like I turned into like fucking that chick. And it was fun and it was great, and I wish I had that confidence all the time, but sometimes, you know, with anxiety, you just don't. So when I'd be high, I would either be super confident, hyped up, and like, yeah, let's be friends with everybody, what's up, dude, let's snuggle, you know. Or I would just be so fucked up, I'd be like, hey, what? You know, like, so I wouldn't have to worry about my anxiety. So, yeah, I get told a lot by the whole community that I am not sober because I am still on Suboxone, and because I take Klonopin and I take all this other stuff, because they do take, and I'm like, again, like, I'm like, fuck you. Like, I don't care. Like, this is my sobriety. This is my life I have to worry about. So you can tell me I'm an addict all you want. I really don't give a fuck. If I'm an addict, I'm happily an addict. Like, cool. All right, awesome. You know, like, I think it's so ridiculous. Like, we should be happy that anybody is not shooting up. We should be happy that anyone's not, like, you know, smoking crack or anything like that. We should be happy of that. And yes, you know, you're going from street drugs to legal drugs, and there could be, you know, people could be addicted to anything. You could be addicted to, we know this. There's a huge, you know, there was a huge, in the early, you know, 2010, like oxycodone, you know, Percocet, Oxycontin, all those things were huge. That's why we have so many heroin addicts now, because you made it so hard to get pills that everyone just jumped to heroin. Like, that's just silly to think that, like, if we take it away, no one will do it. If you take it away, they'll just find something else. And when people realize, well, I could buy Oxycontin for like $40, or I could buy 4 bags, it'll last me even longer, I'm buying my 4 bags of dope. Like, that's just reality. But that's not here nor there. So being told that I'm not sober, I'm like, okay, you know, then I'm a drug addict. Fucking cool. I'd much rather be a drug addict than fucking not want to leave my house. Like, that's just reality. And honestly, with the Suboxone, I'm sure at this point, because it's been a while, that I would be able to stop the Suboxone and probably not use. But why risk the probably? I can afford it. It's not hurting me. I'm going to keep taking it. As with the Klonopin, yeah, I'll probably take that for the rest of my life. And it sort of sucks, because even though it does help with anxiety, it doesn't help full force. Nothing ever is going to 100% get away with it. It's going to take it away. But at least it, like, helps me function. Now, they do make things like, they do make another medication that's like a, I don't want to call it narcotic, because Klonopin is not narcotic, but a non-like benzo, but still supposed to help with anxiety. I took it when I was actually in rehab, when I first got there, and literally all I did was nod out. Like, there's lots of medications that, like, would, you know, help me, that are, like, non-addictive, but I can't function on them. Like, that's why I don't take my bipolar medication to begin with, because the only one that's ever worked is Seroquel, and Seroquel just knocks me on my ass constantly, and if I'm going to be sleepy constantly, what the fuck's the point of anything? I might as well just do dope. Like, that makes no sense. So, like, that kind of shit, it's insane. To me, it's just fucking ridiculous. Like, we should be happy with anyone who's getting sober. Like, end of story. But everyone's got to be judgmental. So it's like, well, fuck you then. You know, if you feel that way, then fuck you then. And, like, especially people who've never been through it. Like, my sister, not gonna say her name, obviously, she told my mom that I need to stop taking Klonopin. I'm addicted to it. And I was like, ugh. Bitch, you don't even live my life, first of all. You have no idea about addiction, second of all. And third of all, suck my dick. I'm not going to stop taking my Klonopin. Like, and I think it's absurd for someone who is not a medical professional to tell me shit about my life. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, you know, end of story. I don't drink. I don't, you know, I smoke pot on occasion. That's as far as it goes. Compared to what I used to do, like, we're doing a good place here. We're in a good place. But why scare my 70-year-old mother that I'm gonna fucking go and be a fucking drug addict again, when you could just shut the fuck up? Like, when I was actually, and this was before, you know, when I was partying with pills. When I was first diagnosed bipolar, and I knew I had anxiety, but I was always given antidepressants, but they don't do shit for my anxiety, at least. They never did shit for anything, because when you have bipolar disorder, antidepressants are actually, like, horrible for you, but that's because, you know, ugh. That's because honestly, when it comes to mental health medications, like, it takes so long to figure out what's wrong with you, so long to figure out what medication works. Like, it's just a fucking pain in the dick. But anyway, on that, he even said, he was like, I can give you Klonopin or I can give you Xanax. And even though, you know, I was in my druggie mind, a bottle of Xanax was like, fuck yeah, because I love me some fucking Xanax, like, woo! Or, I guess, past tense there, loved me some Xanax. Even then, I was like, no, because I know myself. I would have gotten that bottle of Xanax, but I would have eaten the whole bottle in a weekend, and still be anxious as fuck. And, oddly enough, when I used to just party on Xanax, it never helped with my anxiety. Klonopin, I can take my regular dose of Klonopin, it helps a little bit with my anxiety, enough that I can, like, function and go out to, like, go to Big Lots, which is where I'm at right now, but not feel high. Like, if I take more than my regular dose, which I used to do when I first got it, when I first got a rehab, like, I was trying to do anything to not be sober, because that's just what you do. Like, it's so raw for so long, people do not realize it. But, yeah, if I would take, like, you know, my dose is 4 a day, and if I would take, like, 6, I would just go to sleep. Like, I would never get high. If I took, like, 6 Xanax, I'd be like, you know, like, it's just absurd. But that's not here nor there. It's just absurd that people want to, like, do we have to be judgmental about everything? Can we just be happy that people are sober? Like, come on. Like, let's cheer each other up. But at the same time, like, I've never been down with the whole AA and NA thing anyway, because it's very God-based, and not that I am an atheist anymore. I used to be, especially when I was in rehab, so it's very hard for me to figure the whole higher power thing. At the same time, it feels like you replace one thing with another. Like, you replace your drug of choice with NA. And you go to NA all the time. And believe me, it does help people, and it helped me. I did go to meetings before I even went to rehab, and I tried, and it did help me sort of try not to do drugs, but it's not my scene, it's not my thing. It's just my rehab, my therapy is this. My therapy is talking to myself in my car. So I wish people could just stop being dicks sometimes, but at the same time, I'm a dick, so I guess I can't really say shit. Like, I'm an asshole, so I guess I can't really be mad when people are assholes, but, like, regardless of what it takes you to get to that place, whatever it takes you to get sober is good. You know what I mean? If you're not shooting up anymore, you're good. If you're not taking illegal narcotics, if you're not, you know, abusing any medication, you're fucking good. Regardless of your medication that you're taking, if you're taking fucking methadone, if you're taking Suboxone, Subutex, whatever, yeah, fucking take it. If it's gonna help you not shoot up, then it's fucking amazing. Like, fucking endpoint, set, match, done. Like, stop being a dick. You know? Like, how hard is that?